So why is it fun to work on metro project at Amberg? Well, I think first because it's very interesting technical subject. I mean, tubing, fire design, steel fiber, reinforced concrete. So that's pretty much interesting. Second point is that because the team is the best. And the last point is because the metro goes right under my school, engineering school in Paris. See you.
Hi, welcome to this presentation. I'm Cristina Romani from Amberg Engineering.
Hello, I'm Yannick Fessler, and we are going to present some of our collaboration in the project of the Grand Paris Express. The Grand Paris Express is a big project in Paris. It consists on the extension of the metro network in the region, counting on 4 new lines, the 15, 16, 17, and 18, and the extension of the existing line 14 to the north and to the south.
In total, it's about 200 kilometers of new automatic metro, of which 170 are tunnels. The Grand Paris plans to build 68 stations and use around 20 TBMs. The total amount estimated is 29 billion euros.
At the beginning, the project was come up for the Olympic Games in 2024, but some problems with the planning and the logistic forced to delay some of the lines.
Thus, for the Olympic Games, we will see already achieved the line 14, the western part of the line 16 and 17. In the 2025, we will see the line 15 south, and the line 17 east and 18 east will be ready in 2027, and the rest of the lines are expected for 2030. Then Amberg Engineering collaborates in different projects of the Grand Paris Express. The first project was the line 17, where we have already done the preliminary design and the design. And we are now going to write the documents for the tender. After this, and once the project will be attributed to the constructor, we will be there for the supervision of the project.
During 2019 and 2020, we did the tender design for the lot 3 of the line 16. The answer for the tenders come up beginning of the year, and it was another joint venture who was chosen to do the construction.
We are currently working now on the tender design of the line 15 West. We are one of the 4 joint ventures candidates, and we started this in October and expected to deliver all documents at the end of this year.
And we will start soon with the same joint venture, the line 15 East, with the second lot of the line 15 East.
Then if we start with the line 17, as all the projects of the Grand Paris, the owner is the Société du Grand Paris. They are located, all of them, in Ile-de-France. This 17 line is in the north part of Paris. The joint venture in this project is called Hub 17. It's formed by Sueco with Amberg as subcontractor, and Geoffrey and Aya. The cost estimated is 1.2 billion euros, and the whole line 17 North is about 20 kilometers of new metro line, of which 13 kilometers are bored tunnels and 7 kilometers are in viaduct. There are 5 new stations and 14 shafts of security and ventilation, and the project is divided in 3 lots. The first one is the lot 1, is the southern stretch of the project, what is already under construction. We have also the lot 2, is the central stretch of the line, and it includes the 7 kilometers of viaduct. And the lot 3, where we are working, is about 6.5 kilometers of bored tunnel, 2 new stations, the Charles de Gaulle 2 in the airport, and the Le Mesnil-Amelot. in the north part of the line. We have also 7 shafts of security and ventilation, and one of them will be adapted as the future station of the Terminal 4 of the airport Charles de Gaulle. We have also 2 trenches for the long-term retrieval of the TBM at the Melina Amelot for the lands, and Tremblay-en-France in the south for the retrieval of the TBM, sorry. Then the project is about, as I was saying, 6 km.5 of tunnel, what covers many geologies. In the main geologies that we found is sands, marls, and limestone. We are doing all the profile under the groundwater table. And the special challenges in this project are the passage under the airport platform and runways, acoustic network area due to the gypsum solution, limited space for construction sites because we are some of the sites are in the airport. We have also this limited access to the airport, and we should minimize the impacts of existing railways and other infrastructures in the airport. We are talking about a bored tunnel about 9.8 meters diameter. The profile is about maximum overburden of 33 meters, and the minimum is of 3 meters. What is very low is for this launching and retrieval shaft of the TBM, and we are previewing measures to compensate this low overburden. The station Charles de Gaulle 2 will be built before the passage of the TBM. The shaft 3801 is the future station of Charles de Gaulle 4, will be excavated after the passage of the TBM. We have this limited covering for the TBM at the lands under retrieval, and also one of the special points of this project is the coordination with Aéroport de Paris and SNCF. Some critical design issues in the project. Here we can see the platform of the airport, and the TBM arrives from the north. We are going to pass under the taxiways of the planes. Here we have the high-speed railway, the TGV between Brussels and the airport. After we have plenty of airport facilities in which we can find the Hotel Sheraton in the Terminal 2 of the airport. We have also the building of luggage selection, where we have plenty of sensitive machines, and also the runways of the airport. Then is a special project where we have to be more focused in minimize these settlements and this impact in these structures. Our scope in the project is the tunnel design, also the finite elements methods for the settlement calculation. We are doing also the risk analyzing and definition of mitigation measures. We are thinking about how we can do with the monitoring, and yes, to monitoring all the deformations in the ground and also in the buildings. And now we are starting to write the tender documents for the for tender. The Line 17 project is the first project in France where a TBM crosses airport facilities. The good communication between airports authorities, the Aéroport de Paris and Amberg team enables very good collaboration and positive progress in adapting the project to the requirements in terms of admitted deformations, monitoring system, mitigation measures, etc. And the high quality that we are bringing to this project is we are in an integrated team in Paris, which allows for optimal communication between all the transversal issues in the project. And that's it for the line 17.
For the line 16, lot 3, it's owned by the Société du Grand Paris, as all the line of the project. It's situated in the east part of the Île-de-France, so around Paris. We answered the tender as for the joint venture of NGO and Implenia, we're a subcontractor in this project. The tender design was from 2019 to 2020, and the works should be from this year, June, until 2026. And the cost of this lot was 325 million euros. The project is a tunnel of 5.3 kilometers with one station in the middle, the Shell station, and with 6 security shafts. We are almost all the doing all the section doing all the tunnel. We are under the water table, and we are mainly in Marne-Caillasse and Sable de Beauchamp, and at the end of so in the right here on the project, we are above the water table, and we are going over the Sable de Beauchamp. Yeah, I will now present you 3 particular aspects that was done by Amberg on this tender that was a plus from our side. We did the hydraulic seepage analysis of the different shafts. We did a 3D visualization of the construction method for the cross passage. And we did all the surface settlement analysis, and especially 3D model of the Garde shell. For the seepage analysis, we are able, with the finite element method, of calculating the water flow. So to estimate the amount of water who should be pumped, and we use the same model to analyze the stability of the shaft. Usually on those projects, we, especially in the tender phases, we don't modelize the pumping well in details. But here, as it was all the shaft was under the water table, we did a more accurate analysis. For the 3D visualization of the cross passage, we wanted to have a really graphical view of the different phases of the opening of the tunnel lining. So we did 3D modelization with all the steps of the construction to help the constructor to communicate their method to the client. You can see here the 3D model we use for the settlement around the Garde shell. It was a complex model because we had some buildings just next to the station. We were above some piles, so deep foundation. We had the SNCF train station of Shell. We were just next to the station, and which the tunnel was going under. And so with the station, you have all the railway, and we needed to be really accurate on the settlements. You can see here what we can give as a result is a settlement for every step of the construction. So it's helping the constructor to know where it should organize some maintenance or some reinforcement work. What was the scope of this project? So we did the geotechnical analysis, we did the tunnel design, we did the finite element modelization for the settlement calculation with the 3D, as I said before, finite element model of station. We did the risk analysis and the definition of the mitigation measures. We did the monitoring concept with the knowledge of our other part of Amberg, which is Amberg Technologies, and we helped the constructor, our client, to do the tender document. This project, as I said before, was especially difficult for the impact on the Shell station on the SNCF railway, which have a really low tolerance to the settlement. So that's why we did a 3D analysis even in the tender phases and not later.
Working in metro projects, it's been incredible to me because I'm learning a lot about really interesting topics. But what I like the most is that my work will help to construct a metro line that will be widely used every day. And for me, that's amazing, especially in an incredible city as Paris.
After 6 months working at Amberg, I asked to go abroad from Switzerland, and they sent me in Paris, where I am now. I'm working with really skilled teams. We are working with the constructor, with the architect, with other engineer, all in the same building, in the same place, to work on one of the biggest metro projects of the moment, the Grand Paris Express. So I'm learning every day new skills, and yeah, I'm really happy to be part of this huge project.
And now we are going to present the line 15. As all the projects here, the owner is the Société du Grand Paris. It's located also in Ile-de-France, in the western part. The joint venture for this project is NG Webuild and NG as a constructor, and Tractebel, Amberg, Diest, and Aya for the conception of the project. Our mission in this project is the tender design for a design and build phase. We started the tender design on September 2020, and we are going to deliver it at the end of this year. And the works are expected between 2024 and 2032. And the total cost estimated for the project is about 5.3 billion euros.
The overview of the project now, the line 15 west is a 20-kilometer metro line, which will be totally in with a bore tunnel. They will have 9 stations, 21 shafts for the security and ventilation, and 1 special construction for Nanterre-La Folie back exit station.
Here we are only to present the low M1, with about 14 kilometers of bore tunnel, 5 stations, and 16 shafts for security and ventilation. And we'll soon start with the second lot, the M2.
For this project, we did a 3D model of the geology. The 3D approach help us to adapt to all the change that we can figure in these phases of the project. Most part of the project is of the tunnel is under the groundwater table, and with some part with several different water table. And one part is close from the Seine, which will fill the groundwater.
Some special challenges in this project are, of course, the optimization of the existing tunnel design and all the design of this project with the goal to win the offer. We have a high degree of urbanization in the area. We pass under the La Défense quarter. We have also several ancient quarries in the area. we have limited the space for the construction sites, and also we have to minimize the impacts of existing railways and other infrastructures.
The project will be done with 2 or 3 TBMs. The tunnel is a single bore tunnel of excavated diameter of 9.66 meters. We have an overburden between 10 and 40 meters along the tunnel, and some station will be built before the passage of the TBM and some after.
As I was saying before, we have a high degree of urbanization in the area. We can see here the La Défense quarter, where we are going to cross it. Then it's required here to pay a lot of attention of the management of the front pressure of the TBM. We have done a first spec analysis of the settlements. Once this analysis is done, we have selected the most sensitive buildings or infrastructures in the alignment of the tunnel, and we have done a finite elements analysis so as to be sure that we are not going to pass the limits of the formations of each infrastructures.
The scope of Amberg in this project was a tunnel and some cross passage design, the finite element settlement calculation, the 3D modelization of the geology, the risk analysis and the definition of the mitigation measures, and helping the client to write the tender documents.
The Line 15 West is a design and build project, and Amberg team provides wide know-how to the project, where the main goal is to prepare the best tender in terms of cost, planning, risk management, construction methods, admit deformation, monitoring system, mitigation measures, etc.
To ensure a good team working, we are all working on HQ in Paris. On time with the constructor, with the designer, with sometimes the architect, so with all the different stakeholders of this tender.
And until here, our presentation of the Grand Paris Express. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Miguel Moreno, project engineer from Amberg in France. I'm so happy for having joined Amberg, a company specialized in the underground projects all over the world. I've been interested in this kind of projects since I did my studies as civil engineer in Colombia, a country full of mountains whose future is in the underground works. I also like the different cultures and languages, and this time in Amberg has allowed me to be part of a dynamic, multicultural and international team, all working in a big tunneling project in France, as I always wanted. Thank you so much.
My name is Andrea Mignini, and I have been collaborating with Amberg since 2010. Currently involved with the Grand Paris Metro Line 15 West tender design, leading a highly motivated team of young and talented engineers, performing design for tunnel structures, geological 3D modeling, and building vulnerability assessment. I wish all my colleagues and all our partners and clients all very best.